Hi, I'm Mr. Sand. There I am. So you might want to know what's going on with this whole potato lab thing. Um, Here's the main idea. You get a chance to experiment with potatoes. You get to take one potato and you cut it into little pieces. Try to make the pieces as exactly the same as you possibly can. You could decide the shape, you could decide the size, overall size, but try to measure these little slices as best you can. I provided a ruler with you. If you have a ruler at home, it works better. If you have a scale of any kind, try to mass it. That would be even better if you could find the mass of it. But you need to have some sort of a baseline to measure your results by. So you need to measure these little potato slices and try to make them as equal as you possibly can. Then you put them into 3 different solutions. You get to decide how much salt you want to put into these solutions. If you don't want to use salt, you can use sugar. It's up to you. I don't care. But if you want to use, but salt is what I said, so I suggest using salt. It's easier to come by. So you could decide the amount of salt that you put into each solution. Now, if you don't want to put any salt in the solution, that's fine too. It's up to you. You get to decide that. You might want to have one without any salt. You might want to have a lot of salt in one of them and one sort of medium-sized salt. But you need to measure how much salt you put into those solutions and how much you dissolve. Then you're probably going to wait for a few days. I suggest a few days. You get to decide again how long it's going to take. You'll see, hopefully you'll see a very different potato in each little cup that you have of water, to make sure that there's the same amount of water in each one of them as well. So these are sorts of things you have to control for, and you have to come up with your own experiment for. Now, once you've gone through this whole procedure, I want you to write down the procedure that you've gone through, and I call that the journal. I want you to describe it in a way that a student who's just absent or not around you can do the exact same experiment and get the exact same results as you. You're going to be writing down the results, so you'll be writing that down a formal lab report as well. And I've got the specifics of how you'll write those results as well. I prefer a graph. If you can make a graph, make a graph. Then you have, what are we going to do after that? Well, after you do that, you're going to write a brief method of how you did your experiment and what your results were. You're going to be writing that in the discussion. I'll open up a little discussion panel so other people can see what you did and what your results were. I'll just be writing a really brief description. If you want to take a video of yourself and upload it there, you can, if you like that better. Then after you see a few people's responses of how they did their experiment and the results they got, then you're going to be thinking about your own experiment and how you could change your own experiment, how you can better your experiment. And then that will go into the evaluation section. Okay? So, again, you're going to be making 3 different identical slices of potato. You're going to be measuring those potatoes. You're going to be measuring the amount of water in each one of the cups that you put the potatoes in. You're going to be measuring the amount of salt that you put into each one of the solutions. And you can choose no salt if you want to for one of the solutions. It's up to you. You get to decide the size of these potatoes. You can decide all of that. And you'll probably have some predictions of what's going to happen. Yeah. So when you're done with all of this, you're going to submit it as a PDF. And good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.